Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us at the Rockingham Speedway. Our final race of the season, championship run here on the line. I believe pretty much we have a run here for the championship between Boyd Hogan in the 51 and Curtis Sawyer in the 54. I think there are some more people ready to pounce on it if they are not able to. Both of those drivers had a terrible finish race last week at Atlanta, so you know that definitely hurt them in their points run. I just can't remember what the hell the points were. But like I said, Rockingham, 200 miles, 234 laps. And it looks like we got a fairly cool day here in North Carolina. 7.5 mile per hour winds to the north, partly cloudy. 4 turns, obviously. Just under a mile. Track temp at 88, so it's fairly cool track temp. Kind of just in the middle. And drivers are finishing up qualifying. So I will pull up that mess. Looks like Brennan Jinks there with the fastest lap so far. 23.194. All but 2 drivers that have qualified so far in the 23-second range. So it's good to see. So, a few things we can kind of go over while we're waiting for the race to start. Next season, a lot of official things there. I know we put out a promo video, a couple weeks back, I don't remember. And introducing new series and stuff like that. Races will be a little longer. We'll have a few of our own personal crown jewel races that will all be 100% in length. One of those, personal favorite, Darlington, so that should be a fun race. It's about midway through the season. Last time I looked, we have kind of changed the schedule around a little bit. Last time I looked, it was just before the playoffs. So we can look forward to that then. No stages or anything, you know. We'll have a nice formal video about all this stuff. But also, it's official. We will not be running, I don't believe, unless that's changed, we will not be running the Xfinity Class B cars. We will run trucks, though. We will run the Cup cars. On the Cup cars, we will have open setups. All the other series will be fixed. Also including K&N, the Welland Modified, and the Dirt Sprint 410s, and I believe Super Late models. I can't remember. So we also have that to look forward to. Got Billy in the chat. Normally racing. Got somebody cheering for Brendan Jinks. Ezekiel. So go Brendan. Poor Billy. Broke his wheel. Has to fix it. But he's joining us here in the chat, so that's all good. Hate to miss you, Billy. I hate to not have you here anyway. So everybody's gridding, so I need to get my shit together and pull this up. Who got pole? Brendan got pole, I guess. Yes, he did. In that Dish Network Ford Mustang. Take a look at the top 5, if we can here. Starting the race. Oh, it's a little messed up, isn't it? We'll wait for them to start rolling. We'll pull that back up. And we'll actually, I guess it won't matter. We'll be able to just show the gridding. Some more Go Brendan, Mr. Monroe. Or Brendan Jinks on.
Good luck, everybody.
Brendan's got a lot of friends, a lot of fans.
Good luck.
It's good to see. You'll have to let me know what you think about like a fan zone type thing we would like to do for our Discord channel, so you kind of get in and interact with some of these guys and everything.
Hey, anybody with Red Soda or anything like that, please go broadcast with Kyle. If possible.
As long as they let me know, so I can bring them in here. Looks like they're rolling. Oops, sorry. Let's go through the grid real quick. Brendan Jinks in the 7, starting on pole. Danny Rogers in the 5, starting second, making up the front row. Jake Watson in the 22 in third. William Anderson in the 92 in the outside there in fourth, taking up the second row. Boyd Hogan in the 51 on the inside, making up the top 5, and Caden Lapsevich in the 76, making up for 6th. And Curtis Sawyer in the 54, Jason Anderson in the 13, Evan Nugent in the 98, Joshua Nelson in the 14, Alec Deffin in the 8, Trayton Lapsevich in the 18. Just go on through for the rest. All right, everyone's ready to go. Lights are off on the pace car. Sorry I had to go through that kind of quick because I knew it was only going to be one lap. And we will be ready to go green. Pace car dives down pit road.
Green.
And Brendan in the off in the 7 car. Get a good lead. They are side by side for second. Looks like the 5's going to make, actually, oh, nope. 92, or 22 got to the inside, got in front of him. He's going to take that second spot as the 7 begins to pull away. Already seeing him work that middle lane on this track. You can pretty much run wherever you want here. Oh, he's going to blink a little bit. That's not good. Stupid netcode. That 22 is gaining on him, though. He is on a mission. 22 of Jake Watson. My timing is so messed up. I'm going to restart that part. There we go. It's fixed now. We're good. Jake Watson working on the 7. Right on his bumper. We'll see what he does with it. See how aggressive he wants to be this early in the race. We also know how important it is to be in control. And he is looking to the inside through 3 and 4. And he is going to easily take it from the bottom. Everyone else pretty much single filed out now. '92 working it back there. William Anderson in 4th. The 76 of Caden Lapsevich right behind him. I actually have no idea if I'm pronouncing his last name right. I should really get that confirmed. Curtis Sawyer there in 6th. He was points lead going into Atlanta. I don't know if he is still. I need to mark something real quick, actually. Hold on.
Nice mid, Michael.
Alright. Looks like Boyd Hogan in that 51 fell back to 7th after starting, I believe, 3rd. As far as I know, the top 2 points leaders are sitting right next to each other here. Go back up front. It's built over a second lead on the 7 car. 9 laps into the red. Okay, wheel adapter broke. All right, let's see. All right. Oh. I guess that's it. Boom. It's a 14 of Joshua Nelson. Had a pretty solid season this season. Not championship winning season, but consistent. And that's important.
Alright, man, caution is
Oh,
out.
looks like we have a caution.
Stop.
See if we can find it.
Man, Jake, short run, you got a full beat.
Guess not. I saw this scheme earlier here with Casey Clark,
I was saving.
and I'm gonna tell you what, I really like it.
Yeah, you got wrecked my ass first corner, dude.
I think this
I had
is
a whip.
voted my favorite scheme of the night here.
Oh, damn.
So as the leader catches up to the pace car.
You can assume that he tried to wreck you when he was on the bottom. You started on the top and tried to force your way down.
That's what I'm going on.
Drivers discussing the caution, which I could not find. All right. Everyone pulling into their pit stalls. Looks like the 7's gonna beat or win off.
What happened there, 22? Oh, it's on the back.
I was wondering what was going on with the 22.
Yeah, that way you can blast your way to the field.
So the 7 of Brennan Jinks will take the lead back.
Repeat that? So that way you can blast your way through the field. Yeah. Yep.
22 had a run of about 10 laps or so on the lead. A little more probably. But so far we got the 7 and the 22 leading laps. So that will take Jake Watson and the 22 up a little bit more in the points with 2 extra bonus points and 1 for Brendan for leading a lap and then leading the most laps for the 22.
It is now official. Sunday nights will be the Cup Series with open setups. Every other series will be fixed.
We'll see if the 5 can do anything this time with the 7. Try to take the lead.
I don't even know what the yellow's for. The 39 spun out.
No. 39 spun out. There it is. You heard it there from the drivers. Lights are off on the pace car. Be getting ready to go green this time. 54 still in front of the 51 there. Definitely give him a run at the championship this time.
Brandon, you're a legend, dude.
Yeah, you park far enough there, 51?
Pace car dives down pit road, and they are off. 7 takes the lead. We'll see if the 5 can take advantage of the restart this time, or if the 7 will pull away again like he did last time. Somebody's upset. And there was no caution for that.
Kyle, I'd be yelling at.
Yeah, now I'm going to be pissed off because this stupid thing is gone now. So that's freaking great. Now I got to reload the thing again. Because this thing is stupid. Freaking ridiculous. I don't understand.
What were you saying, Curtis?
This dumb game needs to recognize the fact that somebody wrecked.
Row back.
Yeah, I was just trying not to get taken out by anybody when their tires up there. I wasn't trying to get it down further. No way to take it here.
But I didn't mean to hit you. You were right on my door. Sorry about that.
Just blame it on Jake.
Yeah, 10-4. That makes 0 sense.
So we had a caution from the back straightaway. Car sideways into the inside wall. Obviously he was upset. We will see if anybody pits. Haven't yet, so. Oh, the 14 it looks like. So I think the 14 was the car that was sideways into the wall. Sure, he'll have to get that repaired. Not sure how bad the damage is. Let's go check that out. If he doesn't. It's not too bad. I think he should try to not use a fast repair this time, but I mean, you know, it's your own choice. He uses a fast repair, so that pretty much is that. I don't know what it looks like from the inside of the car, though, so, you know, you never know. Would have probably been smart for him to not use a fast repair that time and saved it for later in the race. Just kind of rode out the race until then. But I'm not in control of it. They are. It doesn't matter. Lights are off on the pace car. Final lap for the restart. One more chance for the 5. Know how hard or how difficult it is to stay side by side with him on a restart, but if you can do it, he's getting plenty of chances.
Just so you know, Caden, I'll probably stay up high, so I'm not going to go down low like I said before. I'm not very good at this jump ball.
tempo.
Two cautions after 22 laps. Hopefully things settle down. See, the 22's worked his way back up through about half of the field now after letting himself to the back from those last pit stops. Pace car to on pit road. Oh,
What was that, 5?
the 5 just took off.
Jump I've ever seen.
He was expecting the 7 to take off that time, I think. Trying to get an advantage, and it has cost him a position. 54 of Curtis Sawyer to second. Looking to add to his points.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, we got cars sideways. Man, caution is out. Thank God. I was about
Man,
to
we
be
just
pissed.
slam into everybody, don't we?
Evan, what happened? Checking up on the back stretch.
I brushed the wall and you were right there, so I didn't know where to go and hit the wall.
Jake, how bad's my damage here?
You didn't look like you had any damage.
Oh, Scott. Probably not that bad.
Alright.
So Evan Nugent sideways. Somebody else was with him. 76 looks like he has some damage. Maybe he was involved. I couldn't get to him fast enough. This is exactly what we hate to see, but I'm not surprised. We have a lot of new drivers in here with us. Took us a couple races with the first set of guys, so you know, we'll get some races under us, and next season will be way better. Because once we had those first set of guys going together, we had some pretty good racing. And that's something to look forward to next season. The end of stage 1 will be the end of lap 45, end of stage 2 end of lap 95, so. Now the 54 of Curtis Sawyer in second. If anybody pits, I don't know, we'll see. I think they already should have, though. We'll see if the 54 can take advantage of that outside lane this time. Try to at least stay side by side with the 7. Maybe he can get the high side to work. Or at least get a good enough jump to get underneath of him. I know that 7 car has been using the middle lane for most of the race. So you can easily get underneath of him if you can. He leaves you the room, though. I believe at this point the 7 has probably taken the bonus points so far for most laps led. He is definitely up there in a points run with a much better chance of taking something. Maybe taking a championship.
Hey, Curtis,
Pull it up.
In your team chat right now?
Because I don't remember. Actually, I don't think I updated him. I may not have the updated. I don't remember. That's not good. Lights are off on the pace car. Be going green next time.
Alright, well, we seem to be getting good at restarts. How about racing?
Yeah.
That would be mint.
If this is updated, the 7 car is 4th in points. About 40 so points behind, 40 or 50. He may not be in the chance then. He may not have a chance. Of course, these are... No, you know what? I remember now. These points are actually wrong anyway, so I don't even know why I bother. I'm just going to get rid of it. Just don't even listen to me on that. Not even worth it.
Green flag, green flag.
Anyways, 7, excellent start again. 54 on in the 5 side by side going into turn 1. So the 54 was unable to get a good start. We know how difficult it is. Looks like the 5 will take it, and the 54 is not wanting to let it get away from him. 51 looking inside of him though, on his bumper. Those two know that they both have a chance at this championship, and they have to race hard. Even given a little bit of room will not be their friend. Looks like the 54 is going to settle in front for now. As we begin to get some green flag laps under our belts. Knocking on wood on that one. And there it is. Might as well not even knocked on wood. Not sure what happened. I'm not going to say anything about any cautions or anything for the remainder of the race. We're not under caution right now. They're racing hard. Full speed. Single file. The 5's on his bumper. 54 looking outside. I'm just dreaming.
Jake, did you use fast forward?
Yeah.
7's gonna fake a pit road. Everyone else will go. 51's gonna stay out with him. Looks like quite a few drivers stayed out, so that will help the 7 have a nice little cushion there. Actually, the 14 has damage again. I wonder if he was involved in whatever just happened. Or maybe something that happened before. The 7 getting quite a bit of TV time today. Let's take a look at some of the paint schemes while we're... 51 with that royal purple Mustang for Bash Brothers, created by Ram Designs. 22 with something. Clutch graphics, looking smooth. 13 of Cade Norton, can't talk. Got Alliance Discount Tire Pennzoil. What is that on the front? I don't think I've ever heard of whatever's on the front there. But looking good. 14 and his something, I can't remember what that is now. It's all wrinkled up, so I can't read it. But he's been using that all season. Created by Ram Designs as well. 76 also with the clutch graphics. I know they're on the same team, him and the 22. Actually, oh, you know what? The 13 is not Cade Norton, is Jason Anderson. I apologize for that.
Hey, Jason, how destroyed is my car?
It's pretty fucked.
We've already looked at 36.
Yeah, your right side is more damaged.
The 5 with the Pilot Chevrolet.
And your right front has more damage.
54 is pretty much using a monster Toyota Camry all season. The 92, an Exalta Camaro. 98. Blank. But yet I like it. I don't know why. It's all black, but it still looks just oddly really nice.
Sound just blinked out.
Oh, that would be it.
You're back. Kinda.
Lights are off on the pace car.
7's gone again. Nah, you're back.
Thanks for the play-by-play.
Are you ready? You ready? Because Pacer is going to duck down here in a couple seconds, then we're going to hit the green.
And we are green. The 7 is off. 22 and 54 now side by side, or 51, sorry, side by side going into turn 1. 51 can make that outside lane work. Nobody's, oh, 22 onto the apron, keeps it together. 51 into the wall. 22 is going to take advantage. 51 now stuck on the outside for the moment. We'll see. I think that outside lane will start to kick in as the run goes on. 51 will have to worry about some of that damage now, though. 13 of Jason Anderson also getting by him. Oh, 22 sideways off of turn 2 into the 76. I know that's been a problem for some guys through this race, or through practice. Not surprised to see it.
Counter steering.
Stop counter steering. Oh boy. That's the first one of those that I've seen, though.
And you guys gotta chill.
Man, it's time to go. There's only like 200 laps left. Oh!
Yeah, that's all the 22 was all knocked off coming off the move.
I think he was just trying too hard.
They're all trying too hard.
Me? No, I just clipped the apron. And, yeah.
Oh, he clipped
Clipped
the
the apron,
apron.
hit the fence, and then slammed.
He did get on the apron there
Don't commentate tell yet?
through the center.
I'm not completely junked yet, so no.
Are you doing it when you are, Jake?
I'll think about it.
I'll think about it. There we go.
Alright.
Well, by now, the 7 has definitely surpassed the 22. Granted, oh, sorry, the 22 now semi-wrecked. Should still have a fast repair, I don't know.
Hey, boys, Wednesday.
We know that 22 was fast, though. He took the lead early in the race, and then he just let himself fall back. Maybe that's biting him in the rear end.
That is 45.
So the 13 now are going to take a shot of Jason Anderson at second. Take a shot at that 7 car on this restart, see if he can do anything. Nobody's been able to do anything except the 22, so we will see. New driver taking a shot. By the way, I will put a video out when it's ready. I know Billy's working on it. A new channel for the league, just the league.
Hey, Josh, you go
And once that is complete, I will post a video on here about it, the link and everything, so you can go over there, subscribe to that channel, so you can continue watching these races. This will be the last race on this channel for the league. So we just need to make sure that gets out there. Lights are off on the pace car.
Oh, good call. I'm on the outside.
Well, we got a few laps here to the end of stage 1, lap 45, end of lap 45. So we will see if anything can happen in that short amount of time. Hopefully nobody overdoes it like they've been doing, seems like. I guess that's what's been happening anyways, I don't know. 22 hit the apron that last caution. But we've had some other guys getting into each other. I was hoping for it to settle down. We've had some really good races previously, so. We are green again. The 7 taking the lead, the 13 taking second. The 51 had a pretty decent restart. He had gotten up underneath the 13, but now falling back. Even the 5 got a nice run on the high side through 1 and 2. See if he can. 54 coming now. High line there through 3 and 4, but the 51 edging forward. That 5's going to clear the 51 just enough. Making that high line work just after 2 laps. Oh, we got cars wrecking.
Wow, this is fun.
00, 22,
Yeah, it looked like Cody, Jake,
76.
coming at it too there. Didn't look good at all.
Somebody else.
It didn't feel good either.
So once again, I cannot click the right
So is
car.
this the stage now?
It might as well be.
Yeah, it'll end under 45 here.
So that will be stage 1. Hopefully stage 2 is better. It's okay to have cautions,
Yeah,
but
that'll be stage 2.
it's, I think we're getting a little anxious here at this point.
As usual, some people need to learn not to overdrive their car.
That's the end of the stage. I don't know why you're staying out.
Because they want to. They want to stay out. And you know what I need to do?
Yeah,
I need
I
to-
stayed out because there's gonna be another. Isn't there gonna be another caution here or not?
He's hoping for it. Oop, the 7 just a little bit too far in his pit box that time. We'll still take it, maybe? Oh, the 54 was just barely on his outside. Looks like the 7's going to take it. But they will not be the lead. We got at least 3 cars out there in front that did not pit. We'll see if anybody decides to pit now. Looks like 2 of them did. So the 5 staying out of Danny Rogers.
You're screwed.
Wow, I just hit him like 2 laps ago.
Oh, okay, I didn't realize that. Thought you hadn't pit for a while.
Hell, plus the way they're wrecking shit every 3 laps.
Yeah, we lost a lot of cars in the last one. It's gonna go green for a long time here, I'm sure. Yeah, I think once some of these people get kind of filtered out, we'll get a good green flag run.
So now the 5 will lead some laps. Add his name to the list of bonus points for leading laps. The 7 led a pretty substantial amount of laps, so I'm probably not going to recognize if he's ever led the most, but he's a new driver as of last week, so.
I know it just clocked me in 8th place and I'm on the inside.
Well, I guess everybody just do what you know, not what it's telling you.
No, don't do that.
I don't know, I just feel like it's messed up, so. I'm guessing you want the inside landing.
I guess we'll remove penalties if we have to.
The inside line.
Evan, I'll let you in since you were supposed to the inside. When we get to turn 1. It don't matter, just fast.
Green flag, green flag.
The 5 with an excellent start. Seven's going to fall in 2nd this time. 54 in 3rd. 51 in 4th. Single file pretty quickly. Everyone's pretty much figured that out. We'll see if the 5 can take advantage of this lead and maybe even get on through stage 2. Or if the 7 has the car to be in front. Before now, we knew the 22 had speed, and way more speed than the 7 anyways. But the 7 is gaining on the 5 right now. He's not letting him get away anyways. Just a 1/10 of a second behind him. Just keeping his car just a little bit lower than the 5. 5 gets a nice run off the corner, kind of dimes it a little bit. So he gets a nice advantage there. Can really see it right there. These top 4 drivers are not letting it get away from him. The 98 of Evan Nugent making up the top 5. '54, a little squirrely there off of turn 2. He's got the 51 breathing down his back bumper. Well, not now. He was. So some nice looks there from our scenic cams. Oh, 54, major sideways right there that time. See if the 51 can take advantage of that. Got a really good look from those cameras how much grip they have going into these corners. I mean, these cars point and they go where they're pointing. Obviously, quite a bit of front grip, though, coming off the corners. A lot of drivers getting loose. I'm going to see the 54 now twice. Just on this run, getting majorly sideways. 51 not able to take advantage of it yet, though. These are the main championship contenders, though, right here, racing it out in 3rd and 4th. So I'm sure we can expect to see them racing each other just a little bit harder. Both very good drivers, both have multiple wins this season. Stage wins. Lots of laps led. Top two pulling away from them right now, though, but only one of those drivers is really of their concern in that 7 car. I think I should be able to pull up. I'm about to sneeze, oh boy. We'll see. I think we're good. I think I can find the points, though. All right, here we go. We got points. Oh, boy. So we got Boyd in the 51 was 1 point ahead going into this race of Curtis Sawyer in the 54, both with 2 wins. 294 points for Boyd, 293 for Curtis, and the 7 of Brendan Jinks with 276. And Evan Nugent in the 98 with 261. So I'm not sure if Evan will be able to make a run for it, but we'll see. Top 5 is rounded out by Billy Meadows, obviously not racing with us tonight because he's in the chat. Oops, I'm clicking stuff I don't want to click. Still hate to see Billy not racing with us today. It sucks. We know he'd be up here contending. So let's take a look at somebody other than them. Oh, leaders are trying to get around lap car now of Joshua Nelson. Got damage earlier. So the 7, actually, that's something I should have remembered. The 7 did get the stage win, I believe. I don't remember. Did he? Damn it. Oh well. I don't remember. I think he did. Either way, he got more points than the other 2. So that will help him. At this point, it's looking like the 5 will end up with more laps led than the 7 at some point soon, probably. So the 7 has definitely made some gains. He had the 2 bonus points, at least for right now, the most laps led, at least 1 for leading laps. So that's already an point advantage to the leaders. Or, yeah, well, the leaders of the points anyways, above him. Also finished ahead of them in the stages. So that's a couple more to help gain on them. So far, Curtis will have... They should be tied for 1st and 2nd right now. If I remember their finishing positions correctly for stage 1. So they should be tied. if one finished behind the right next to the other. '51 was looking way inside there as they got around Joshua Nelson in the 14 as well. About 3.5 seconds behind the leaders. Actually, you know what I can do? I should be able to figure out who has led more laps, at least for so far. The 5 of Danny Rogers has led 28 laps. And, oh, the 29 for Brendan Jinks in the 7. So the 5 will be tied. And then if he leads this next lap, he will have most laps led so far. And that will take that point away from the 7. And no laps led. Oh, 1 lap led for Boyd. So that actually would put him 1 point ahead of the 54 still. That 54 needs to try to lead a lap or something. Or as long as he stays in front, 1 car. Well, he's going to stay. He's going to have to at least be ahead 2 cars for right now to be ahead of the 51. But the top 2 have kind of running their own race, and these 3rd and 4th kind of running their own race. So I don't see that happening anytime soon. There's 5th and the 92 of William Anderson. Just almost 7 seconds back. Those leaders are pulling away. And there's the 98 of Evan Nugent in 6th. What did we say was 4th or 5th? Or 3rd or 4th? He's 4th. Yeah, he's 4th. I guess I remember that now. In points, but probably too far back to really make a championship run this season. Cody Whipp in the 00. Back there in 7th. Michael Budd in the 39. 36 of Casey Clark. 52 of Brandon Nelson. And then the 14 of Joshua Nelson, obviously a lap down. Leaders gaining on Brandon Nelson now.
Go high.
So there's some drivers communicating with each other on navigating the lap traffic.
Thanks, buddy.
That 7 has not let the 5 get away from him yet. Next in line, the 36 of Casey Clark. Looks like the 00 there on down low. Heading down pit road. Not sure what. Maybe he's just trying to get some tires. Maybe plans to not pit at the end of stage 2. Not sure. We'll see. The 7. Oh, that was way more than I was expecting there at that point in time.
I was trying to let you know that everyone started radio for James.
7 getting into the rear bumper there, maybe a little more aggressive than he should have been. Getting into the 5.
I just gotta let you know that was not intentional whatsoever. That was 100% netcode on my screen. It might have looked different for you. I'm sorry, man.
You hit him on my screen. So that was interesting to see.
And of 95.
I really do hope that was netcode because that was bad. Major damage to the 7 though from that.
Is anybody broadcasting with you, Cup? Usually goes with him.
No.
Oh man, message Cody.
Is he out now?
Apparently.
I could see. By the way, Brendan, you smacked the living shit out of him on my screen.
On my screen, he like checked up, like went from 100 to 0 in 0.2 seconds.
He had 18 seconds of repairs.
I got 11. I should be okay.
I can go pee before this fucking. Before I get lap.
Dude, have Danica bring.
Well, I guess I'm gonna miss switching the camera there. Let's see if we can get Cody up in here. Oops. Let me switch back to him real quick, see what he's... Yeah, he's just sitting up Hit Road.
2 points is the difference right now, Curtis, just so you know.
Yeah, I kind of figured that when you finished one position.
Yeah, I was just making sure. Brendan's kind of sneaking into the picture right now. That was fun recently, though. I just don't know where to pass here.
It's because you suck. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't suck.
He's good working with you.
He does pretty
Sorry
good.
about what happened again.
Anywho. I just like to pick on people. So we'll have about a 10-lap run to the end of Stage 2. If it looked anything like the beginning of Stage 2, I'm pretty excited.
As far as green flag, that run there, try to get that up.
Alright, so it looks like Cody Whip will join us. How you doing, Cody?
Green flag, green flag.
Hey, what's going on?
Alright, we are green. 7 takes it for the lead this time. The 51 now be able to get in front of the 54. So a pretty decent restart for him that time. So how's the track out there, Cody?
It wasn't too bad. It just wasn't racing with anybody. I couldn't keep up with the top 5 guys, especially in the corners, so it just wasn't enjoying myself, so I decided to just hang it up today.
Let's see. I know a lot of drivers seem to be getting loose off the corners. Oh, as the 51 looks to the inside of the 7. Did you have any problems coming off the corners like that?
Not really. It just gets a little hairy if you have someone under you, but I think drivers' paranoia because you're worried they're going to slide up into you, especially off the 2 because it gets real tight.
Okay.
But other than that, once you get some laps on the tires, it actually feels pretty good. It's just everybody was 5 seconds ahead of me, and I wasn't catching anybody, so.
I was usually in the same boat.
Yeah, so with as many laps as there was left, I didn't want to spend the next 2 hours doing that.
Well, the 51 of Boyd had a nice look underneath the 7. Was able to get next to him through 3 and 4, but is now falling back and behind him. So the 7 will take back the most laps led a point again.
Yeah, those two definitely seem to have a good feel for the track.
I know the 5 did. Unfortunately, we had a netcode problem, so.
Yeah, I thought he was going to run away with it for a second.
I wish there was something we could do about it when it was netcode like that.
Yeah, 'cause whenever you look at the replay, you see what you see, but their TV screens always show something different. And
Yeah.
It's just hard to, you know, they say netcode, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. It's just one of those things you can never really prove unless they show you what they're seeing.
So as the top 2 fight out, we'll go back here. Oh, the 5 must have used his fast repair. He must have still had one in front of the 54. So that's going to give the 51, I believe, 3 points, a 3-point lead now in the point standings for the championship. So if the 54 needs to get back up there, if he can. But it is pretty clear. Oh, go ahead.
The 5's definitely cruising.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be very long before he catches these guys.
It's also clear now that Boyd is in front of the 54. The 54 may have been holding him up just enough where he couldn't get around him, and he's just pretty much stuck behind him. But now that he's behind the 7, he's stuck behind the 7. So,
yeah.
Definitely got a fast car, probably one of the faster ones, but he just can't get around people.
He's usually a smart racer, so I don't think he's gonna push the issue too much.
End of this lap will be the end of stage 2, and then I get to reload freaking the thing again because it crashed. Again.
Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
I wonder if there's been anything I have missed. Why are we talking about being alcoholics? Okay, so just close that now.
Yeah, I noticed there was a lot of, I think with the 76.
Don't drink and drive. That's all I'm going to say.
Never a good idea.
Checking up on the backside.
I'll tell you what though, this track compared to many others, it amazes me the amount of disparity in the corner between certain drivers. Some seem to be able to get to the gas way quicker than the others.
I've noticed some drivers have chosen to kind of diamond the corners a little bit, and I think if they once they get it to like settle, I think they seem to get into the gas maybe a little earlier than others.
Kind of like Darlington.
Yeah, they just kind of ride the bottom. When they're on the bottom, they have to wait it a little bit longer so they don't push up.
I don't know. I've had a couple incidents because I can't stay on the line, and so I'm up a little bit, and I can see guys coming up on my inside really quick, and were way behind me going into the corner.
I know I've seen a lot of guys take advantage going into the corner of other drivers trying to, or they really push it into the corner and they're really able to push it into the corner. The car sticks. So I'm sure that's something that they have figured out more so than others.
Yeah. It'd be nice to see iRacing put a little more effort to tire wear, especially for the shorter races. Because that was supposed to be a big thing a couple years ago, and it worked for a while. But now I'm seeing guys that are able to run harder, and there's not a whole lot of fall off, and that's just kind of disappointing to me.
Yeah. I really like tire wear. It plays a huge difference in how you drive these cars.
Especially on a long run.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's nothing more annoying when you know your car after 20 laps, and yet the guy in front is still pulling away half a second at a time. And you know he's overdriving his car.
I'm not a coding genius, so who knows why.
Yeah, me either, unfortunately.
I just broadcast the races.
Seems to be easier.
Sometimes. So it looks like the 54 stayed out, or maybe he didn't stay out because I know the 7 pit, but I don't know what happened to the 51.
Yeah, he seems to be just chilling.
Terrible time to need it.
He's way in the back now, so that will put the 54 up by several points then in the point standings. We know the 51 will work his way back through. There's plenty of time to do it, so I'm not too worried about it there. We'll get back up together, but definitely a hiccup on his part.
Maybe he just wants to come back for a more dramatic win.
Maybe.
So
54. 54 starting on the outside this time. I know how tough it's been for drivers out there.
I imagine the 5 is a little motivated. He'll probably make quick work of the 54 on this restart.
I would be too. We'll just have to wait and see. Drivers ready to go. Pace car dives down pit road.
Green flag, green flag.
And we are green. 54 with a very good restart, at least from what we've seen. 5 also excellent restart though, getting inside of him, but the 54 got ahead through the corner, but the 5 is hanging in there. And the 5 might be able... Nope. They're going to still be side by side down the front straightaway heading into turn 1. 54 is able to get ahead of them into the corner, but coming off that 5 on the inside lane. And now the 92 looking inside. Going to lose a couple spots.
Yeah, that tight exit having to let off really killed the 54 there.
Now he's in line. He can start to look on the inside of some drivers, maybe.
I can see if this 5 can catch up to 7 and maybe get back by him.
7 is pulling away so far. Obviously, side-by-side battling helped with that.
Doesn't seem to be bothering to fix his damage much, so he might be holding out to you.
Well, if you have damage and you're leading the race, you probably are fine.
Probably want to stick with what's working.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the 5
Alright, man.
slammed
caution
in the
is out,
wall.
caution is
Sorry,
out.
William, I hit the wall and off.
Not sure what happened there. I think that will be about it for the 5 now, though. So bad luck on a 5's end. Not sure if he just got loose off a 2 or what. If the 92 had anything to say about it.
Yeah, it looks like he just got tight on the exit and just couldn't hold on to it.
How many laps did we run in the last run? Anybody know?
Nope. Can I find out? Is that possible? Will this thing tell me? Race summary. Nope. We've definitely had more than 2 cautions, though.
Understatement of the year.
That was a pretty rough first stage. That is for sure.
Yeah, I definitely had to get up on the wheel quite a few times to avoid these guys.
I mean, it's pretty much happened at the beginning of this season. You know, we had some pretty caution-filled first stages, and then things would kind of settle down. But after about halfway through the season, people started to get through most of the race without too many incidents. So these guys just stick together, you know, things will get better.
And
Yeah.
Curtis, you scare me on pits every time. These are some good races off the pit.
Interesting. The 51 had just passed the 98 right before that caution, but now the 98's come back out the
Hey,
4.
hate the pits. You're doing good so far.
Did the 51 get a penalty or something, maybe?
Oh, I hate this place.
I would imagine so.
He's actually
just
going
now
down pit
pitting.
road. Yeah, he's going back down pit road. With the 39 on Michael Budd. 39 with some rear end damage.
Yeah, the funny thing about this track is that it'll definitely give you a sense and allows you to overdrive the car immensely.
Got some tires, so I don't know.
Yeah, I prefer old tires. Slip in and slide.
So once again, the 54 will have several points ahead of the 51. If the 51 keeps this up, things will be looking good for the 54.
Yeah, he definitely seems to be struggling trying to get back towards the front.
They had some pretty good racing there through the beginning, that long run through stage 2. Was looking forward to some more of that.
Yeah, I was doing good there for a minute, but then everybody got strung out once we got past the really slow people.
So we'll go green this time. The 7 on the inside, 54 on the outside of front row, the 14 on the inside, the 98 of the outside of the second row. 98's kind of been hanging in 5th, just a little bit behind the leaders, but now he's up there with the leaders. See maybe he can do something about it. And they are off. The 7 gets an excellent start. 54 is going to keep the second place. The 14 was not able to get underneath of him. So top 3 now, single file.
Good catch there, 98.
Something happened with the 98.
54's keeping him close though. Yeah, he's fell back to 5th. He's got the 39 on him, on his rear bumper.
Looks like the 98 does just have a thing for 5th.
Curtis, I'm pretty sure you do own the tiebreaker, don't I?
I don't know. I don't know why he would own the tiebreaker, but apparently he has a tiebreaker. He should be substantially ahead in points right now, though. At least for the position they're in. They got him 3 wide back there for what looks to be 5th. 5th, yeah. As the 14 and 98 get into each other. The 51 will prevail.
Yeah, I'm probably terrible.
So the 51 up to 4th now, so maybe we had that wrong. It was a battle for 4th. I believe the 51 would be 1 point behind now, the 54. Maybe, no. They should be tied, I believe. Since the 7 has the most laps led and... Oop. He blinked a little bit. And the 51 of Boyd has led 1 lap at least so far. So he gets a bonus point for that. The 92 hanging up with the leaders this time. Each driver just running a little bit lower than the driver in front of them that time through 3 and 4.
In 98. Stay for a bit. .51 is really gained on those top 3. Yeah, no kidding.
It's an excellent view going into turn 3, how well the cars grip into the corner.
Looks like the 54 is trying to run a different line, trying to find a way to catch the 7.
7 does look to be pulling away a little bit now. 54 mad sideways into 3. That's going to open the door a little bit for the 92. Looking inside now, the 54. Unable to hold it there. Oh, we have a caution. I saw somebody... The 14 got into the wall down there. I'm coming off of turn 2, I believe.
We're gonna check that one. I thought he won. Hit him in. Gosh.
Hey, Evan, did I just get dumped, or what happened there?
No, I hit him into you. We checked the warrant. I thought he would.
Oh, looks like the 39 got into the back of.
Wasn't his fault, mine.
I don't think the
That's like
14.
the fourth fucking time I've been wrecked.
I don't think the 14 has finished a race this season without a wrinkled race car.
Yeah, Michael Bug got in there really hard and drifted up into him and spun him out. Tough break for the 14.
So driver's pitting now. Everybody down pit road. The 7 barely edges the 92, I believe it was, off of pit road. I could be wrong, though.
Well, this should make for an interesting restart. 92's been restarting third the last few times.
Now that 54 has the advantage of being in the same lane as the leader. It's almost the preferred spot on a restart.
Yeah, if you can't be first, I'd rather be third.
Oh, yeah. I don't have a setup to be second. Can't see the guy next to me very well.
Yeah, me either. I used to do a trick where I would lead out a little bit so I could see the rear bumper in my rear view mirror. And it used to work, but then I think people caught on to that, so now I can't do that.
So now the 54 and the 51 back to where they were during that long run in stage 2.
Curtis, what were your tires at?
26.
Right front too? Yep.
That right front tire is so critical. Takes most of the beating going through a corner. I've seen a lot of interesting strategies to try to take some stress off the right front tire, trying to put it on even the right rear tire, even causing problems. Sometimes it causes problems if you can't get that right. I know sometimes they try to get the right or the left rear tire working. I think that seems to be the preferred thing to do. Get those rear springs split apart. And helps get a nice cut off the corner. At least at shorter tracks, that's
Green flag, green
something
flag.
we got. We were green again, though. And the 7's going to get the run. The 92, a pretty good restart. Going to stay in front of the 54. Oh, we got cars into each other.
14 might have gotten into this 98.
Gonna keep it together for now. .54 running as high as he... Trying to run as high as he could anyway. Not quite to the wall yet, but working on it.
14 was on the line. I think the 98 came down just a little bit. I'm not so sure.
92 looking. Not gonna get there. 54 looking to the outside now. The 92 gonna back it off. Lots of looking going on right now. Just see those cars bounce around. Let's take a ride. We're on the 92 of William Anderson. We'll take a ride in the cockpit. We'll go gyro cam, actually, I think. Take a look at the bumps. And the banking. So bumpy through 3 and 4. They might have to trash these cars at the end of the race. The suspensions are going to be destroyed. '92 falling off of the 7 now. 54, 51 kind of racing together. We can tell that 51 has speed. Talked about that earlier. He just can't get around anybody.
It's a hard place to pass people, that's for sure.
Seen a lot of lookers. Seen a lot of them get next to somebody. Get even underneath of them. But they just can't make the pass. Infected cow rooting the 7 on. Oliver, the points right now, I believe Boyd is 1 point ahead of the 54 of Curtis as they stand. Or he might be 2, actually. No. Boyd was 1 ahead coming into the race. I believe Curtis finished 1 ahead in stage 1. Oh, I forgot to count stage 2 though. They might be tied. I have no idea. It's within like 2 points. But I'm pretty sure, if anything, Boyd would be ahead. We've pretty much seen the same guys, though, up front for these past couple stages. Or, well, since stage 2. The 7's starting to get a pretty decent lead now. Take a look at the battle between the points leaders, which I think they're tied right now. I think. Oops. I'm gonna pull something up real quick. We've had a couple drivers hit the 1,000 lap mark after our last race at Atlanta. At least for the league, not for their total career, but The 7 of Brendan Jinks has gotten over 1,000. Joshua Nelson in the 14 over 1,000. Curtis Sawyer in the 54 over 1,000. All with, well, Brendan had 7 races. Actually has the most laps completed. The other two with 8. Boyd in the 51 with just under 800 laps. So you can tell how strong of a season he had. Actually, I just realized the 51 got around the 54.
Was that clean?
Oh, 54 mad loose.
Did you get in the wall there at all?
No.
So I believe now 51 should be a point ahead of the 54. That's unofficial though. I don't remember. Or I don't know 100%.
William Anderson doing a good job keeping the 7 in tight.
I'm interested to see if the 51 of Boyd can catch up to, even though he is, wow, a second and a half back, if he can catch up to those other 2 drivers. '54 seems to be struggling back there, keeping his car going in a straight line.
Brendan, you want me to go high again, like last time?
Yes, sir.
Stand for.
He's not gained anything yet. He's actually lost a little bit more time on the leaders, so... Well, maybe he actually got a lot of that back. That time. Looked like the 7 slipped a little bit, though, so... Who knows if that had anything to do with it.
I've noticed instances where I lost a half a second and I would gain it back on. So, I mean, a lot of times it's easy to make up just as much as you lose.
True. True.
Thanks, my dude.
Thanks, 52.
No problem, guys.
Oh,
That
somebody.
car in the wall.
52 of Brandon
No
Nelson
problem,
into
man.
the
You
wall.
guys got a race to run. I'll hang out back here.
Does a good job of staying out of everybody's way.
Still quite a ways in this race, almost 80 laps, or a little over 80 laps left. The 7 of Brendan Jinks, the most consistent driver of the season so far, with 6 top 5s out of his 7 races. Phoenix, our ISM, I guess we should say, is the one race where he finished outside of the top 10, or the top 5. So no surprises seeing him, although he hasn't won a race yet. But there is no surprise to see him up here. The 92 is
seems to be
caught
catching
up.
him.
My goodness.
Wow, he had a huge run.
7, that's not cool every time I go get alongside you.
We'll have
I wasn't trying to cut you off there.
We'll have to see if the 7 can get a win for the final race of the season.
Let me know.
His first win.
Alright, well, he's got a championship to win, and you don't.
No, he can race me how he wants. He wants to win too. But first one, that was on purpose. I wanted to block you. Second one there, that was definitely not on purpose. I just wanted to get back into my line. Sorry.
Some drivers not happy with each other. So the 92 of William Anderson, his first race last week at Atlanta, finished 4th. So starting off strong. Whoa, boy, it's super sideways. Coming off a 4. I know my own testing session early on in the season, I was having about the same problem as he is there. 54 falling back pretty substantially at this point.
I'm sure he knows those two up front are racing pretty hard here. And he's probably hoping he can be in a position to be able to take advantage of it should things get really heated.
Yeah, I mean, this top 2 are... Oh, the 7
gets loose.
He might have to give that position up. He's still going to slide up just a little bit, but being that far in the bottom of the track, going into the corner, you're just not going to be able to hold yourself with the same speed.
92 takes the lead.
On lap 161, or lap 160, sorry. So we got to change of pace now. We'll see if the 92 can maybe get away from him a little bit. We know he was gaining on him a couple times, but...
I was going to say, he must have been just being patient and waiting for his opportunity to get a good run at him. Because he seems to be pulling away a good bit.
Oh yeah, at this point, definitely.
I don't think it's going to be long before the 51 catch.
Just about a second behind the 7 now.
I think that damage might be finally hurting him.
Maybe. Of course, we do have to remember the 7 did mess up. Got a little loose there. That slowed him down. So that's probably where that half a second or so came from that he lost. To the 51 anyway. So the 51 of Boyd has led more laps, about 20 more laps than the 54. And his average finish is about a position ahead of the 54. So just slightly better overall. Looks like the worst finish for The 54 was 17th at Daytona for our first race of the season, and the worst finish for the 51 is 18th last week at Atlanta. Both of them had a pretty terrible race then. But the 54 did edge out the 51 with 12th. Definitely shook the points up a little bit with both of them not having too good of a race, getting involved in accidents and such.
7 seems to be closing in the gap a little bit.
Down to 0.2 of a second for now. Boyd almost 2 seconds back now. I don't think he's got anything for him.
No. Yeah, he might just be riding around waiting for the next caution. The next pit stop.
It's pretty much back and forth between these two guys. I don't think anyone's gonna pass anybody at this point. Although, we will still be looking for some green flag pit stops.
51 coming into the pits. See if this forces anybody else to start pitting. If the caution comes out quickly, this could set him up.
Make it 52.
No problem, man.
So the 51 on pit road. I'm surprised the 7 didn't come down pit road that time with him, being that they are teammates. .52 on pit road. Did the 92 come down pit road?
They might want to start thinking about pitting here quick though, because the time that the 51 makes up while they're on old tires might hurt them if they wait too long.
Well, let's see. Oh yeah, about a second difference between Brendan Jinks and the 7's last lap time and Boyd's last lap time on newer tires.
Yeah, if he's that much quicker and everything cycles out with these green flag stops, they might find themselves on the back end of things looking at his rear bumper.
Thanks, so.
Actually, it's showing me with... Alright, duh. The 92 is in front of him. I forgot about that. I forgot that happened. I forgot he passed him. I was really confused. Either way, still about a second slower to the 51. somebody... I heard somebody sliding their tires, and I don't know who it was.
I thought oh, yes.
The 36.
That should be yellow.
Yeah, Casey Clark Jr.
And I get to reload my thing.
Alright, man.
So there's
Caution
just
is
yellow.
out. Caution is out.
I hope you're happy, Boyd. Now I have to restart my thing again. Oops. Well, now I get to see that.
Okay, spot for turn 2.
That's 192, sorry for cutting you off earlier.
Well, you had 2. Third was going to be an issue. We're all good.
That we'll see after. I need to start over. We'll have to see how that hurts the 51, if it hurts him at all. I'm sure he's not going to pit this time, being a lap down. Although he does with the lucky dog. No, actually.
No, that'll be the. I believe it's the 98.
Yeah, I was going to say. I know he took a run down pit road. So the 98 might be the lucky one this time.
Oh, maybe not. Because now it's showing the 98 2 laps down.
Okay.
And Boyd's the only car 1 lap down. Looks like he's already been waved around the... Yeah, this will put him back on the lead lap.
Alright. Showing him as the leader for me, but I don't know if that's right or not.
Right now, they're showing him in 5th. We'll see what it says.
Oh, on my timing screen, they're showing him in the lead. Not the ticker.
Yep.
He's coming down pit road now, though, so...
He's going to have to go to the back of the field anyway, so... Why not get some fresh tires? And with there being only 5 cars on the lead lap, you lose nothing.
Evan and John, or no, just Evan 1 lap down now. Joshua Nelson in the 14, 2 laps down. Brendan Nelson 3, and Casey Clark 4 laps down. Lost about half our field.
Brendan must have already used his fast repair because he's still mangled up.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that damage came from the netcode thing, so he may not have damage on his screen.
Or he's just being very stingy with it and he's waiting to see if he has to use it for late race caution.
Yeah, probably a smart thing,
more
though.
severe.
Couple beat up race
lots
cars.
of different strategies to play here.
So the 7 has led 108 laps. Then that appears to be the only drivers still left in the race, other than Boyd has led 1 lap, that have led laps. 92 and the 7.
Be interesting to see if the 51 can do anything with this race.
Green flag, green flag.
And the 92 gets the spot for first, 7 to second, 54 right on his bumper. Oh, gets into him.
That's crazy. It never even touched him, my bad, dude.
didn't touch him very hard on my screen, but it doesn't take much. Did he save it? Hold up. Oh my god. He's like, fine. I was wondering why the caution didn't come out. So 92 will take a pretty substantial lead now.
Almost 2 seconds now, thanks to that incident. '54 looks to be overdriving his car just a little bit on corner entry, allowed the 51 to catch up to him. Oh!
Okay, there was no need to send it that
51 taps the ball just ever.
What?
Those two,
at least that's what it looked like.
those two are really going at it. They want to, well, trying to remember now the points. Oh my, 54 slips up.
I didn't think I was popping you though. That's what's crazier about.
Yeah, that happened to me last week. It's all good.
Getting a run to the inside, flips the apron a little bit, gets loose.
He just can't get around him. He gets next to him. He's done it like twice now, and he just can't get around him. That must be really frustrating. Oh, yes. Or maybe the 54 is just the Ryan Newman of the league.
Yeah.
A lot of drivers just looking high on the entry of the corners, getting real low off. Seems to be the idea so far. 3 and 4 pretty much low the whole time. I'm wondering if we'll see the 51 try to take a different approach through these corners to try to gain on the 54. Maybe run just a little bit higher and get a little bit lower off the corner. I mean, this is pretty much the battle for the championship right here. The 92 is new last week, so new to the league. So he's not in it. Doesn't matter if he wins. This battle for second is where it's at.
I tell you what, this hard battle for second allowed them to do until within about a second.
Yeah, they're gaining on him right now. For sure. And we know as the run goes on, that 51 can eventually get around the 54. But there is a short run advantage to the 54. As long as he's in front of him. With the way these points are, though, I think they're tied. And I guess Boyd is thinking that he has the tiebreaker, so as far as I know, as we stand, the 54 would be our championship winner. But we'll show an update to that later in the week, where it's confirmed. I know we talked about the 98 earlier. He's had a pretty reasonable season, led some laps. He's had some stage wins, some top 5s, but he's finished inside the top 10 for all the races that he's competed in. He's competed in 6 races. Missed Atlanta last week. Finished 3rd the week before it, Montreal. The last mile and a half at Homestead, he finished 5th. Not sure he's run a track that would compare to Rockingham yet, though. .51 is right on his bumper now. Looking strong for him. It might be that time when he finally gets around him. They're just both running the same line. 51 maybe a little lower than the 54 that time through 1 and 2. A little higher through 3 and 4. Trying to get low, looks like. 30 laps to go. I'm not sure if they're going to have to pit again. I think they're okay.
Yeah, I think they should be good from here on out.
I think they pitted with like 50 laps to go. Ish. I think that the caution came out on lap 181. I know Boyd pit a little bit earlier, so if anything, the 54 will be better on fuel than the 51, so we'll just have to see. I don't know a fuel run at this track. Obviously less than a mile, so it's going to be more than what you would have at your typical mile and a half. I would imagine somewhere around 70 or 80. Looks like somebody's coming off pit road, maybe. 98 maybe caught some tires and...
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Not sure. Oh, loose for the 54.
51 looking to the outside.
He hasn't been able to make a pass on the inside.
No problem.
Oh, gonna look to the inside this time, though.
Try to use lap car as a pick. Gives him a break. Oh, 52 in the wall.
Oh, trying to stay out of the way. Just a little bit too much. Giving too much room. I think what people fail to realize is lap cars, maybe they do need to get out of the way a little bit, but they can only get out of the way so much. You can't just expect them to be completely out of the way. You gotta kind of work together.
I'm so sorry, Brendan.
That's a yellow right there. Oh my god.
What happened?
Come on, that's gotta be a yellow.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay.
I was literally parked on the
Alright,
back.
man, caution is out. Caution is out.
Sorry, Brendan. I was trying to get out of the way of you guys, and I just bounced off that wall.
Yeah, 52 got into the wall, and then the 7 got in. Kind of feel like this guy should probably hang it up. He seems to be glued to the wall. Alright, gives us another opportunity for some fuel, some tires. Maybe some weight strategy for handling. As far as how much fuel you take, or if any.
I'll bet it is when we're gonna do this right there.
If there's one thing that I really wish I could do without having more than one account by that, is show more than one car on pit road, like single car, like they do in real life.
Yeah.
If you win the race, it's over.
Yeah, but I won't.
92 wins it off pit road, 54 in second, 51 in third. I believe that was a 39 in fourth.
So the top 3 remains about the same. See if the 51 can maybe do a better job on this restart than he did the last one.
I mean, there's always a possibility to have another caution, but you pretty much have to assume this is the last one. You always got to take your chance, then don't wait. And I think this is pretty much his chance to get around the 54.
Yeah, if he wants a chance at a good, at a win, he's gonna have to make quick work of the 54 for sure.
For it being the first season ever, it's been good.
Lights off on the pace car. We'll be green next time. A little more than 15 laps to go. Actually, about 20. All right. Pace car dives down pit road.
Green flag,
Small field left. And the 51 is going to get inside of the 54. We'll see what happens going into turn 1 if he can get in front of him. That's going to be his chance. 54 really pinning him down there, but a nice advantage off the corner for the 51. If he just dives it in there, maybe he can make it work. Nope. That 54 is hanging in there. They are side by side in the second and third row still. You know that 54 does not want to give it up. But the 51 is going to edge out in front.
Great run on the exit.
And now the 7 being in there is going to hurt the 54 on trying to make a run back at him.
Let's see if he can chase down this 92.
So I believe the 51 Nat would now be a point ahead in points. So I believe as we stand, or would they be tied? I can't remember now. There should be plus or minus 1 point right now. We'll just say that. It's that close. He is sure gained on the 92 though. The 7 getting inside of the 54, getting around him. The 39 looking now. That's the first time we've really seen the 39 have a shot at anybody up front. So I think losing that extra position, that pretty much should confirm Boyd being our points leader right now. Knowing Boyd, I know he wants to get that win, but being in a position of winning the championship right where he's at, he may not worry too much about it unless he just has an easier chance. May not try to push the issue too much.
Would definitely be a risk versus reward situation.
Winning the race is nice, but the end goal...
Great one down the backstretch.
The main goal is that championship, and it's a real hard decision to tell a driver, or even just to be a driver, and tell yourself, just don't worry about trying to win in the race, because you have it right now. You have the main goal right now. Just relax.
I don't know. He, as hard as he's going into the...
He's not a driver that would ease off. I know that.
Yeah.
I mean, he still has to run a decent pace because he doesn't want the 7 to start putting pressure on him.
Great exit. Taking a peek to the inside.
They're side by side. 92 is going to take that lap, it looks like, though. Both riding up
a little bit.
Well, it's okay to ride up as long as the guy on the outside rides up too. Oh, too close.
92 just a
Way
little bit.
too close. Fall back in behind. That's exactly what you would want to be worried about. They try to go for it and they use up their tires just a little bit more than some of the guys behind them trying to get around somebody, and then they don't even get around them.
Exactly.
I'm not sure he needs to worry about that 54 at any point, though. But he does not want the 7 to get past him. That's the cushion. That's the championship right there. That one spot. Although if the 39 is able to get around the 54, He could afford to lose another spot. But it's not looking like that's going to happen at this moment. At this point, but the 7 seems to be gaining a little bit on these 2 leaders. So
Coming up on lap car 52.
got about 5 laps left though. Coming up.
He lets him race it out. 7's gaining a ton through those corners. I think Boyd might see that the 7's gaining. He might be trying to push the issue a little more.
Oh yeah. I mean, he was already pushing the issue, but now he needs to. He's telling that 92 you either need to speed up or you need to move out of the way, and I know he will move him.
The bumper.
The 92 keeps it together that time.
That allows the 7 to gain right up 51's bumper.
That is not what the 51 wanted to see, but it is definitely what we wanted to see.
Ooh, oh, 51 spins out. Down
The
the
7.
front stretch.
7.
Oh yeah, 7, my bad.
Please don't disappear. Oh, thank God. We're going to throw a caution.
Ready, go.
Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
That was a hell of a deck code there, 51. Was it net code? I thought it was, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I didn't get an incident point, and I don't know how I saved it, because you definitely
Was
got
it?
my tires off the ground.
I really, really, really wish Kyle never threw the caution.
Oh, I just realized, duh, there was lap 2. I'm an idiot.
That was fun. I could not.
Yeah, that just ended it.
I totally forgot about that. I'm an idiot.
Just see how sweaty my palms are.
God,
I mean,
why did I
don't
do
wanna
that?
screw up anyone's championship or anything like that.
And the 54 will finish.
No, I got him.
It's looking like.
Running Atlanta all week helped.
I apologize. I apologize on like the most level possible. I totally forgot that there was 2 laps to go.
Yeah.
I saw him go sideways and my brain instantly went, you need to throw a caution. It didn't throw a caution. He's like about to hit a wall. If
Yeah,
I
that
would
was
have
about to be a hell of
if
a
I would have
finish.
realized that it was 2 to go, I would not have done it.
Kyle. It's okay.
No, it's not.
If
I just ruined the last race of the season.
You ruined what would have been the best finish of the season, maybe. But even so, I'm not complaining. Because we got half a lap until the championship, so that's all good.
Big. Yes, it's okay.
Yeah, you're all good. You're all good, Kyle.
No,
it's
I'm
not
not.
so bad.
Damn it, Brendan.
It's been an awesome season.
Blame it on.
Okay. Sorry, I disappeared for a second. Without warning. We will interview Boyd when he gets out of the car.
With the drop leaks, obviously they help. You know how I actually felt about them, but
Boyd,
regardless, that
chill.
would have been an awesome season.
We're gonna get to you. You chill out.
My spotter just said the weirdest thing ever.
$14 celebrating with his teammate. A little bit. $36 showing his congratulatory revs and spins and whatnot. The 92 getting a win, his first win in the league. 51 getting the... Yeah, dude, you're still in the car. I can't interview when you're in your car and like chill. Well, I guess I could, but that's no fun. Are you interested in interviewing him with me, Cody?
Nah, you got the more experience. I'll let you handle it.
Alright. I was just gonna ask because I'd bring you down here with me. Whenever you're done burning out, I'll interview you. Right now, you're in a car, so...
Can I burn out on pit road? Burn victory lane here?
I'm not bringing my camera equipment out there when you are
Here we go.
doing burnouts.
Holy hell. Yeah, William, that was fun, man.
Yeah, that was a good battle, bud. That was a lot of fun.
Confetti everywhere. I've never done a championship interview before. I don't know what to say. Anyway, so pretty short season, but came out on top. Race control is stupid, and they threw a caution with 2 to go. But other than that, how's it feel?
Unreal, dude. Unreal.
I mean, for the first season, for the points to be as close as they were between the top 2 guys, I mean, it must enhance how much better it feels.
I thought for sure Curtis was going to come in and just kill everybody. Once we got into the race, I was about 2/10 off of. So at that point, it was just kind of beat Curtis, and I was going to be all right. And then when we got down to it, I'm more frustrated that I lost the race than anything. But I got the best team in the world. I got the best girlfriend in the world for letting me do this. And thank you, Kyle.
For throwing a caution with 2 to go.
No, you're good. You're good. Feels okay. But super excited for next season. Going to open sets is gonna add a whole nother element. Gonna be nice.
All right. Well,
All right.
Congratulations on your season championship win. Season
Thank
1.
you, Kyle.
We'll see you next season. I'm sure Curtis will put up an as good fight next season in the Cup Series open setups. Hopefully we'll have some more guys in there. Obviously the 92 of William Anderson winning today's race and Joe Lawrence winning last week's race. Maybe those 2 can have something to say about it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it'll be good. I'm excited for it. Bringing the whole team back, so be all right.
Well, enjoy your celebration.
Thank you, Kyle. We will.
And we'll see everyone next season.
Hell yeah.
All right, so that concludes race 10, I believe. Final race of season 1. We want to take a look at the results. If I find them, there it is. Boom. There's the results. And we will see everyone next season. Like I said, I will put up... Oh, I just closed everything. Whoops. Well, I guess that's okay. We'll see. We'll put a video up for next season for the new channel for the league. So I have a link there. You can subscribe. And we'll hope to see everyone there. We'll start put up some other cool stuff. Kind of keep you updated. And that's all. Thanks for... Oops, wrong one. Thanks for joining us, though. It's been a fun season. Next season will be better. And we hope to see y'all there.